special edition of numerology for the 8. Number 13, James Harden is going to go off this year for the Houston Rockets. James Harden is number 13, as you can see. Okay, so there's James Harden, number 13. He is going to end the Golden State Warriors playoff streak of 13 in the Western Conference. That is exactly what James Harden, number 13, represents. Let's go through the Golden State Warriors 13-game winning streak in the Western Conference before ultimately it ends against James Harden 13. 2015, this all began against the New Orleans Pelicans. The Warriors sweep New Orleans. Stephen Curry equals 64. He joins Thompson for 64 points. They list out these key stats in the headlines. That's playoff series win number 1. Playoff series win number 2, they advance after beating the Grizzlies in 6 games. Playoff series win number 3 was their first Western Conference championship since 1975 with a win over, ironically, James Harden's Houston Rockets in 5 games. The 4th playoff series win occurred against the Houston Rockets in the first round of a rematch of the 2015 Western Conference Finals. That was playoff series win number 4 in the Western Conference consecutively. Then they won the conference semifinals against the Portland Trail Blazers in 5 games to advance to the conference finals against the Warriors, who they ended up defeating after being down 3-1. Moving on to 7th consecutive playoff series win in the Western Conference. The following season, 2017, the Warriors ended up sweeping the Trail Blazers in the first round once again. And then in the conference semifinals, the Warriors defeated the Jazz in 4 games in a sweep to advance to the conference finals, and they ended up beating the San Antonio Spurs last year to win the Western Conference for their 9th consecutive playoff series win against the Western Conference. And then in 2018, they lead the Warriors past the Spurs in 5 games in the first round. They end up beating the New Orleans Pelicans in 5 games. Many people thought they'd have a big year this year. And then in the conference finals, they ended up beating the Houston Rockets in 7 games after Chris Paul went down to injury. And their 13th playoff series win is going to occur against the LA Clippers. And then after 13 playoff series wins in the Western Conference, Golden State's Western Conference dominance is all going to end against number 13, James Harden. Enjoy the show. Presentation of numerology.